are listening to Anointed, the Rise and Fall of Kings by Bible Intelligence. In the rolling hills of Ephraim, the seasons turned, each bringing change and growth. Among them, a boy named Samuel sprouted like a sapling reaching towards the heavens, his soul nurtured by the divine promise embedded in his birth. When he had weaned, Hannah, his mother, prepared for a journey. It was time to fulfill her vow. With her heart laden with maternal love and divine commitment, Hannah bundled her son in her arms and embarked on the well-trodden path to Shiloh. Beside her strode Elkanah, his features etched with a blend of pride and sorrow, carrying the sacrificial lamb and the offering of flour and wine. When they reached the sanctuary in Shiloh, Hannah approached Eli, the high priest, her son at her side. Her voice was steady, her resolve unshakable as she spoke of her prayer and the Lord's answer, her words resonating in the sacred silence of the sanctuary. "For this child I prayed," she proclaimed, "and the Lord has granted me my petition that I made to him. Therefore I have lent him to the Lord. As long as he lives, he is lent to the Lord." And so, in the shadow of the Ark of the Covenant, under the watchful eyes of the divine, a mother relinquished her most cherished gift. Samuel, still but a bud in the garden of life, was dedicated to God's service, bound by the threads of a vow spun in desperation and honored in gratitude. From that day forth, Samuel resided in the sanctuary, a child amidst priests and Levites, under the tutelage of Eli. He exchanged the comforts of his mother's home for the grandeur of God's house. His lullabies, once the soft humming of Hannah, were now the whispers of divine words etched on parchment scrolls. His playmates, once the lambs of his father's flock, were now the divine statues standing sentinel in the sacred chamber. His life was no longer his own, but belonged to the one who had granted it. In the quiet solitude of the sanctuary, Samuel grew. His young heart was molded by the rituals and prayers that breathed life into the ancient stone walls. His spirit was nurtured by the divine presence that hovered over the mercy seat of the ark. He was but a child, yet he was also a servant of the Lord, caught in the convergence of divine purpose and human destiny. And so the boy Samuel ministered before the Lord, his childhood echoing with the rustling of priestly robes and the murmur of ancient prayers, his life a living testament to a vow made in faith and fulfilled in love. His was a dedication that would shape a nation, a service that would echo through the annals of time, a story that was only beginning.